Fresno-made body armor once again in the spotlight. This time, controversy surrounds an online purchase. Good evening. I'm Stephanie Baruchian.
I'm Rich Rodriguez. Thanks for joining us tonight. Dragon skin body armor still isn't approved for use by U.S. troops, but a man in Boston got his hands on one vest thanks to the online shopping site eBay. Tonight, the government wants that piece of Fresno-made body armor back. It's a KC24 News exclusive. Preston Phillips has the latest in our investigation. Preston.
Well, Rich, when we brought you this story to you in February, the U.S. government denied any federal investigation was underway and that any and all tested body armor had been accounted for. Now, what we assumed back then may be true today. Evidence shows a federal investigation tracing that piece of dragon skin was underway.
I decided I was also going to do a 9-month tour and started shopping for the normal equipment, a sat phone, a tough book, and, of course, body armor.
Leading him to the online marketplace eBay. That's where Boston resident Richard Warren says he purchased his dragon skin body armor from a man by the name of David Bronson, who, according to Warren, had served 2 tours in Iraq with the United States Army.
But he didn't come clear that he used to, I'm assuming, work for the testing facility.
At the time, Warren didn't realize that this level 4 piece of body armor, serial number 57180, was at the center of a federal investigation until his phone rang.
I received a call from a gentleman with Homeland Security, and initially I thought it was one of my friends pulling my leg, just trying to get the vest and just kind of kidding around with me.
But Warren quickly realized this was no joke. Soon after receiving a call from the U.S. Government Accountability Office in Washington, D.C., then a letter from the U.S. Department of Justice instructing him to turn the vest over to the FBI.
They made it clear they weren't going to pay me for it, but they wanted me just to ship it back to them without any documentation. And at that point, I was like, something didn't smell right.
Pinnacle Armor CEO Murray Neal tells KC24 News that he's 99% sure this is one of Pinnacle Armor's 30 Level 4 vests that, according to federal authorities, allegedly failed military testing back in May of 2006. Neal says it should have never been let out of their sight and should be in government custody today.
The protocol is anytime you have a first article testing a vest, that once it's shot up, they're to retain those vests for archival purposes.
And shot up is right. Warren says he was told by the seller that the vest would be in brand new condition when he received it, but says that was far from the truth, adding it had been shot more than 30 times, not one round penetrating the armor.
Catastrophic failure, the bullet would have actually come all the way through or damaged the plates, and as you can see, the back is perfect.
Regardless, the Department of Justice still wants their vest back, and Warren says next week the FBI is planning to come and pick it up.
Do I think the Army's trying to cover up something? Yeah, I mean, they clearly said that they didn't, they weren't missing any vests, and, I have one of the vests they said they aren't missing.
And we contacted U.S. Army officials at the Pentagon today. They declined to comment. With respect to Richard Warren, he says he's decided to stay here in the U.S. and put his 9-month trip to the Middle East on hold. Count on KC24 News for the latest developments in our ongoing dragon skin investigation. Rich, Steph, back to you.
Thanks, Preston.